So I'm growing a garden. We bought a house a year and a half ago, and it had this huge space that the people before us had a garden in. And I was like, oh, I'll grow a garden. And I have some friends that were helping me a lot with the garden. And then they moved. And the wife said, Les, you should do a YouTube channel to keep me updated on your garden. And I was like, okay. So here we go. I'm Leslie. I'm not a gardener of any kind, of any sort. I've always killed everything I've ever tried to grow. And so the first year here, I didn't have a garden. I was super intimidated. Surely the space scared me. So my mom retired and bought a trailer and lives in my pasture now. And so she had always gardened, and I thought, oh, you know what? Mom's here. Mom can help me garden. So that's what we do. We've done a lot of work, and I hate having people come over and look because I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't look like anything. But man, when I'm taking care of it, it's like, oh my God, it's so much work. I pruned a bunch of stuff today, and I really probably should have started my first video, actually probably a long time ago. Side note, if you are here hoping for some high quality content, some cool music and videos and flashes and pictures and all that, it's just not me because I don't understand it. So you're definitely not going to get that here. But what you are going to get is some real life gardening stuff. And this is not going to be the good. You're going to see the dirty, the ugly. And let me tell you, I've watched so many gardening videos, and they make everything look so easy. And nobody tells you when you start a garden how heartbreaking it is when you spend all of your time working the garden and for your plants to die, or something ate your plants, or if you're like me, you just flat out can't do it. So anyways, I'm Leslie. Oh, and all the bugs that are outside. I'm Leslie, and I'm going to show you my garden. Let's just start with looking at the area. I gotta make sure my camera's on. Okay, let's just start by looking at the area. So we're gonna come right back over here to the entrance. Okay, this is the entrance into my garden. So this whole fence all along here, oops, loves to focus on my finger, all along here to that pile back there, all the way back to that corner. Well, can't see it. All the way back along there, and then all the way back down here. So we'll just kind of move along. These are my raspberries, which aren't doing very good. That branch died. Got these from Tractor Supply. That branch died. Oh, and my dogs will make debuts here and there. That's Gage. He's my sweetie boy. He loves to be right beside me. Anyways, my raspberries aren't doing too good, so I'm going to have to try to figure out what's going on with there. This is just a pile of crap. That's mine, that's mine, that's mine, and the trash bag's mine. That was just a pile of cardboard and wood pieces. It was here when we got here. Haven't quite cleaned that all up yet. This was a kiddie pool that I stole and turned into my strawberry patch. That one died. That one died, but it's regrowing. That one's clearly trying to die, and this one looks like it's also trying to die. The strawberries haven't been doing very good, so we'll just take that one off. But there is a couple of strawberries. We got a few good ones off. So this, any fruit or whatever I take off that doesn't do good, I throw it in my compost bin. These compost bins were already here when I moved here. Actually, we don't know that they were compost bins, but my friends from Colorado, Corbin and Allison, taught me how to open bin compost, and it's been working great for me. So whenever I need my compost, I just move all of that and take the dirt from the bottom. These setups were here, and I just turned them into what I needed. This I've turned into my cardboard, and this is actually where I put my dog poop. So this is my backyard. And when I poop scoop, I throw all the poop in here, and it's actually got incredible compost down on the bottom. I thought that it took years for poop to compost. There's wood chips in there. but it actually doesn't. And also when I do my pruning, I throw my pruning pieces in here. And then this is dirt. I'll show you where it come from later. We've gathered up all the sticks from throughout the yard, and we just keep piling them here because we use those for our raised beds. I have plans for bigger raised beds. This kind of stuff, those are a project gone wrong of mine, but these things right here were already here, so we just turn around and reuse them. It looks like the people before us had a garden bed right here. You can kind of see where it was shaped out. I'm going to eventually have to weed it all. I have a plan to put some cauliflower here, and if I don't do it quick enough, I'm going to run out of time. You can see how far my plant has gotten. That's about as far as it's gotten. This is 2 cantaloupe plants that I planted in the ground, and I'm learning how to, I don't know if I'm even doing good at it, but I'm trying to keep them contained and force them, let me just back this out, and force them to grow up this makeshift trellis. It's a lot of work. It comes in daily, and it doesn't always work out right. But those are, oh, hello. There's a little ladybug down in there. These are cantaloupe. These are blueberry bushes that I got from Tractor Supply. I've learned that blueberries won't bush or won't grow the first year. They're just going to do this. Next year, they'll start to bloom. I did put some diatomaceous earth out today because the bugs are getting really bad. So I'm trying to salvage my crops because you can see things are eating them. So all the white powder is diatomaceous earth. These are bell peppers. This bell pepper died. And there was 2 stakes in here where I had seeded 2 more bell peppers and they didn't come out. This is a gypsy pepper, and you can see I actually have a pepper, which is so awesome. And this is a sweet banana. There was also a sweet banana there. It died. I've harvested 2 banana peppers off of this. We ate them this weekend and they were really good. This is some mint that is just growing wild. I have recently learned that you can propagate mint pretty easy, so I plan to try to take care of that. These 3 boogers right here are jalapenos, and I do have some jalapenos growing, which I'm so excited about. And you can see the remnants. There was one here. Bug. It died. This, I can't even remember what the name of this is. My husband's grandmother, she is an avid gardener, but she does flowers, and she got me some. So I had to go and find out what they could be planted with, companion planting. But it's really cool. It's kind of like a succulent. There was a habanero under here. It died. This is a habanero. I tried pruning them today, and they're just really bushy. This is a serrano. There's no peppers on it yet. And then this is a cayenne, and we've got one baby cayenne right here, and I think it's supposed to be red. So anyways, peppers. And my good friend Corbin, after I planted all the peppers, did inform me that next time I'm really going to want to not mix the peppers, which didn't really understand that when I started. This right here is my zucchini bed. After planting, I bought them my mom bought them from a local, and the bugs, man, I don't even know what all the bugs are. Oops, probably broke that. That's okay. See, look, that one's broken too. I bought them from a local agriculture shop. Mom bought them. I thought I killed them all. Everything came back to life. This, I know, is catmint. Also came from my grandmother, my grandmother-in-law. Okay. This is my zucchini. So, after planting, I just really thought you just stuck them in the ground, gave them water, gave them food, and, you ate it. Not the case. I have learned that the best way to do it is to grow it upright. Well, you can see how my plants aren't really very straight, and that's because I'm having to do it on the back end. And I've learned to prune anything below the flower, below the lowest fruit. And I have learned how to tell which ones are male and which ones are female. So obviously this is a female. It's flower, fruit. This is a male, flower, no fruit. So like this, it's just a flower and there's no fruit on the back end. This is going to turn into a zucchini and it's going to start looking like this. So same thing as this. This is a female. This is a female. These tiny baby ones, these are females. I'm super fascinated with it now that I know what's going on. Also, if nobody's ever told you, these things are super prickly. This is my yellow squash. These things are really thick, but the same thing. You want to grow them upright. I like to try to use anything that I can, so there's some crusty stuff in here, but it's working. Now, on this one, you can see by the time I learned that I needed to stand it up, it had already, like, it was growing out. Everything was just bushed together, and it was growing out, and these are pointed down right now, simply because that's the way that they were growing. They were trying to get to the sun, and so they were bent over, and I had to do a lot of clipping. You can see, like, this, it was turned over this way, and this was turned up this way, and there was another piece growing right out from here. And so it was just a lot of craziness, but nonetheless, I still have a lot of fruit on the plant. This one's got quite a bit. This one's got a ton. And this one took a hard curve. And so I'm working to try to pull it back. So I've got things tied off to this trellis, trying to pull it back. And as it goes, I'll be able to stand it up more. Huh? Oh, nice. I'll be able to stand it up more as we go along. These are my blackberry bushes. My buddy Corbin taught me that, as you can see, this branch has nothing on it, but these branches do. So years 1 through 3, the bush or the stems will fruit. Wait, is that what he said? No. He said they'll bush for, oh, there's another one of the dogs. They'll grow 1 to 3 years. Is that for Mom? Yeah. Okay. Seeds. I don't think it's seeds. Go put it in the mailbox in the house. Oh, that's our youngest. Everybody say hi to Hattie. The first year they won't have fruits. Then after that, they'll produce fruit for 1 to 3 years, I think is what he said. It's so much information. It's hard to keep up with it. So my husband told me I need to come up with a coloring code so that, because Corbin said after they're done producing fruit, go ahead and clip them off. Oh, mosquitoes. I killed it on my skin. So my husband was telling me, we kill those bugs. My husband was telling me, yes, I'm dirty. I've been climbing all around inside the beds and everything today. Anyways, I get sidetracked. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, we killed that. And we also kill, because they eat, I catch them eating my leaves. I saw another one. Where'd it go? Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. Anyways, there's a whole lot of blueberries. Okay. And then today, these are tomato beds. Also, didn't know that when I planted my tomato beds, I needed to plant the same tomatoes in the beds. And then I'm probably going to have some crossover. But this is this first one. There's 3 different plants here. Also, when I planted these, didn't know that I should have separated my plants. I just took what was in the little carton that comes, those little square cartons. I just took what was in that and stuck it in the ground. Don't do that, because a lot of times there's more than one plant. So this is the result of what happens when you do that. But surprisingly, this looks way better than what it did earlier today when I started. You could not see through any of this. It was just pure solid green, and it was a mess. And all of this is what I've pruned off of my squash, zucchini, and my tomatoes today. They look really good from this side. And I even harvested several of the, what are those? 100s. I had to keep the tags so I knew. I've got Lemon Boy, Sweet 100s. Both of these are Sweet 100s. And I can't, that's a dahlia. It did have flowers. It's been hot. So I harvested some of the cherry tomatoes, and there's so many There's just so many. And nobody tells you when you garden how excited you are on the inside whenever you get out and you see, hey, I grew that. Okay, these are more tomatoes. This one is a, I don't even know, husky, something husky. And these two are the same. And I don't know, they might be cherries too. I can't remember. These were slower growing than the ones behind me, but you can still see there's a whole lot of fruit on the vines. And then, of course, I've got my marigold. I don't even remember what that was. Not sure if I planted it or it just grew. This is my basil that my buddy Corbin seeded for me. And I really should start spreading it out. Haven't yet. Down here we've got our cucumber bed. This is just 2 cucumbers. Not really sure what all of these are. Sorry. Underneath there is another marigold. It got too late for me. Too many bugs out here to finish. I've got to get over here and prune this. And I do try to weave this up and get it standing. I got to come in and, you know, cut some suckers off and do the tendrils. And I don't even know all the names yet. This is okra. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. Nice to meet you. This is all okra. I did separate these plants out. This came from 3 little boxes. Each box had 2 okras in them. And as far as I know, they look pretty healthy. And you can see we actually have some okra growing. Those are babies, and there's some okra there. There's okra on every single one of them. And this I also got from, we call her Granny P. It's like a succulent. It's some kind of little rose. I can't remember what it's called. This project is a work in progress. I'm going to put watermelons here. And honestly, I can't remember what I said I was going to put there. But I dug it all out. I put the garden carpet down, which you can see the grass has already grown up underneath it. I put the garden carpet down. And my plan is, when we moved here, there were stick piles all over this place. So we're just scraping up, raking up all of the bottoms of those weed piles, and I'm using it as my mulch. I would like to buy a mulcher, but I'm also super cheap. So I have to either wait for one to just show up that's affordable for me as a cheap individual. Or my husband's going to fix the one that my father-in-law got us. It needs a lot of work. I also grew these tomatoes. These are ones that Mom got. But something's already like really gotten into this baby. What are they? These are tycoons. They're not doing as well as the ones over there. These are our carrots, which Mom and I planted those back in November. This was a blueberry. It died. This is a weed. It can come out. I broke it. But I put all the weeds in. Oh, hello, spider. But I don't know where it went. All the weeds in the poop bin. This was spinach, which was growing phenomenally, but it's too hot and the spinach is dying and I can't keep it alive. This is also cantaloupe. So I'm trying to, knock that one off. Trying to keep it contained. And these contraptions that they're in are actually old dog houses that I just took the top and the bottom off and used them for container gardening. I can't even remember now. We had something in there and it all died. And I had stuff in here with, what did I have in here? What is this? Cabbage, which I've since also learned that's not enough space for cabbage to grow. So my cabbage all died. Everything we planted in winter died. I don't know how long YouTube videos are supposed to be. I feel like this one's really long. My buddy Corbin gave me 3 ginger roots, and I managed to kill all 3 ginger roots. in here I've got shallots and some green onions, but you see a bunch of it is starting to like lay over and probably needs to be picked. Not even really sure. Here I've got some Brussels sprouts, and I'm actually growing Brussels sprouts, which is pretty awesome. And I'm so excited about that. And then there's more Brussels sprouts. My husband loves Brussels sprouts. So he's gonna get him some Brussels sprouts straight out the garden. Then this last bed, yeah, there's a cobweb in here. I keep taking it out, but apparently I'm not getting the spider, and so it keeps putting it back. But these are beets. My husband loves beets, and my mother is a fantastic pickler. She does a lot of like old school pickling, which people really love, and so she's gonna pickle him some beets because he loves pickled beets. So one of the things that I've learned about beets is they start to what they call shoulder. And it's when they push out of the ground, that means they're ready. But these are so small, and these all grew like right on top of each other. So I'm not really sure. I've harvested 2 beets out of here and then forgot about them, and they're mushy on my counter. But what'll happen is they will come and they'll go into the compost. And for right now, we still have water coming from the sky. And when we bought the house, they got these gutters, and they had this 4-inch or this 3-inch PVC piped. But after we bought the house, they cut the pipe and took their barrels. So my husband repiped it, and we got some of those IBC totes, which I cleaned out, and we put, there's one here and there's one on the other side. You can't see it, but it's way down over there on that side. And I use that to water my gardens. So for right now, it's great. This is some more stuff that Corbin graciously seeded for me, and I have been allowing it to die because I can't move fast enough to get everything done. That's another thing people don't tell you, is how time consuming a garden is. These people on these videos, this is lettuces and these are more tomatoes. People on these videos make it look like, oh hey, this is just going to take 5 minutes. That's a big fat lie. It's not going to take just 5 minutes. I built these bins. I thought I was smart, and I was putting them on the outside of my garden to conserve space. So I've got one that I'm going to fill full of mulch, and then I've got one that I'm going to get farmer's compost from. But I built them, and you can see how tall the grass is right there. It's been months since I built them. And my daughter's friend, where they work at a building store, and she had them load up all their pallets and bring out here. So I've got like 100 pallets sitting over there that are just waiting for my project garden, where I was going to build raised garden beds. So now that I've introduced my garden, I've introduced myself. I'm going to try really hard to routinely post videos to give you updates on my garden. And I'm getting Eat Alive because I didn't put any bug spray on, so I'm going inside. But come back and I'm gonna be doing it. You can watch my garden grow and hear about all of the real life stuff that goes with gardening. Okay, bye.